I got nerve Shabbos. Um, I was notified that I gave this share already once, but it was muted, so I'm gonna do it one more time, and we'll try it one more time. The Rambam today, Hilchos Shabbos, Perek Yud, Halach Yud. It's right in the middle, smack in the middle of the Rambam. The Rambam starts off, "Akareya b'chamosai oyala meis, shuchayev lekroya olav, chayev neshem yashev es daite b'davazeh." He's chayev because he calms himself down. Yenuach yitzrei, calms his yetzer. Oyal chamosai shecheches, causes anger, calms. Interesting lashon comes from the Megillah, Hamas Hamelech Shechacha. The davar zeh areiz kimesakin b'chayev. He's like a masakin. So really, he right away causes you to, when you look at this Rambam, the Alrichas Haloshen in how he describes why Yechayev is a bit elongated, more than you expect. And as we'll see later, the Gemara uses 3 words and he uses a lot more. Continuing, there's a halacha, a previous halacha from yesterday's shir, Rambam, Perek Ches, halacha Ches. Rambam writes there about somebody who does damage to an animal. He's chayvel on an animal, so he's considered a makalkal. And when somebody punches a friend, another guy in the face because he's angry at him, even after pishin is chaven lahazik, and they're talking about being mimoitzi dam. Even though he's not doing it because he wants to dam, wants to help him get blood, not because he needs to be he needs bloodletting, but because he wants to damage him, he wants to hurt him. But he's angry at him. Because he calms himself. His mind calmed down. Again, his anger was relieved. He's like a masakin. He's still chayiv. Did I even ask a question based on looking at the source of this halacha? The truth is, if you look at the source of the halacha, the Rambam Zapella. Sech Shabbos, of Kuf Hey, Amud Beis, is a sugya. There it is a Mishnah that says, "Pum faket from the halacha of the Rambam, that a kerei b'chamase b'meiser b'cholam b'kalkul and b'turim they're bottom." Frag b'gimor minhu. Steht aber ja Breise verkehrt. A kerei b'chamase b'evloi, b'meiser chay, wie is chay? So I can say here chay. Avalisha Machal Shabbos, Yotzi they Kriya, it's the Kaim's Kriya. So the Gemara goes through a whole discussion, and the Gemara comes out and wants to say that this is considered Masakin according to, it's considered Masakin because of Kavod Nachas Ruach Liyitzrei. Notice the Gemara's Lashon of Nachas Ruach Liyitzrei, no low Arichas, no nothing. In fact, the Gemara, what do you mean Nachas Ruach Liyitzrei? It's mutter to do. Now, yeah, listen to this Gemara, which also bothers me very much. Here, a whole Bryce Kilo, we're learning the sugya of Kas. Mi Shari, Vatanya, Rab Shimon ben Elazar, Ima Mishum Chilfa Bar Agrash, and Oma Mishum Rav Yechon and Menuri. That one, Hamekare, Yabe God, Bechamase, somebody tears clothing when he's angry. Rameshabe, Caleb, Bechamase, somebody who breaks Caleb, Bechamase. Or it should be in your eyes like he's an Oived Avodah. Interesting losh. Now explains why should it be in your eyes like Oived Avodah. This is the trade and the process that the Yetzer Hara does. Every day he tells you to do something more, a little more, a little more. Until he tells him, and then you gotta go. So you look at the trajectory where you're heading to, and you should already see that happening. What's the pasuk? Is state the Hamatar Zishtat? The Gemara, let's read the Kavod Lemir Imsa in Shabbos. He really wasn't angry. He just was trying to show that he's angry so that people in his house should be scared. They were doing something dangerous. In today's world, you have to the only way you can show anger. But, and even then, maybe not. But, come on. That's the issue there. So, the literal reading of this Gemara would seem to indicate that if you do it for anger, you're not chayiv. Come the Raivitz again and sagt, Avram kam mit floin devara. Then Amram's words are pella. Umatmiya masufesav, and his gatherings are such a difficult to understand. I feel the kriyas begodnav in loy latel eim alan shebeisai. Karu even the zara. They called him an even the zara. Kol shechayil b'chaveret. If you're angry, you're trying to do nakama, you definitely consider the zara. And the Gemara says that that's considered a mekalkal, not a mesake. Yeah, the Ran, Kedusha Ran on Shabbos, says, yes, also the question, Amram. He says that from the Gemara, it seems that the only time you chai is if you're doing it because you're trying to scare the people in the house from doing something not appropriate or dangerous. But someone's like, there's no such a thing. And there's a leficha nitamir al Rambam. How could the Rambam write that you're doing it because in order to get for nekama or you'd steer because of anger? It's okay. It's not. What kind of tikkun? It's a kilkul. Now the Gemara bothers me is that the Gemara is why did the Gemara bring this whole ariches? The Gemara just say so it's a kilkul. Then the ganze this is not the sugya. Bring it somewhere else. You don't need to go through all the ariches and we bring up oven my crop. That's an issue sugya though. That's an issue sugya. Why we bring it? The achreinim I've seen two other questions in the achreinim. Lushmart has the question, since it is awesome to do this, and it's not a tikkun, if that's what's shot in the Gemara, the way we're seeing it. So every malach is not a tikkun, because every malach is a kilkul, because you're being overrized in Shabbos. Okay, it's obvious, it's just a question to bring out a point, but yeah, very good. So I can't have to say that we mechuyev l'shamayim is not what we're dealing with. We're dealing with what are you doing something that down here is considered a tikkun, not what's considered a kilkul l'shamayim. And another achra so that Yos HaShachas, he says if it's considered tikkun, when in the Havamid of the Gemara, how can it be even considered? It's a Yerush Gehenna. Like two extremes. And he says, the Gemara is just asking me, Shari, is it okay? But I asked him, it's a tikkun. And he says, how can it be somebody who wants to eat poison? You think he's going to be chayav on Shabbos because he ate poison? Or is it doesn't have a chemachila? Okay. There are other artists, but we'll stick to that. Now, in response to the Ran's question and the Raivitz question, my Mishnah learns different from the Gemara. He says the Gemara never meant to ask that it's not chayiv on Shabbos. The Gemara just sounded like you're allowed to do it. The Gemara, be shori, it's not allowed to do it. But not that there's a havamina that you can't do it. That's not the issue here. Of course you can do it. Of course it's you're allowed to. Of course you're chayiv on Shabbos. The shaila is only are you allowed to do it? And that was the Gemara. And the Gemara discussion is no, it's not mutter. But that's not Rashi's pshat, and that's not the Rishonim's pshat. It's a big chiddush to say pshat that in the Gemara, and a lot of the achreinim they all deal with this Maggid Mishnah. Okay, at least it's not so easy, but you have to say it. The Pri Chodesh says another one. He says the Magshetaka doesn't give back. The Magshet asked the question. The Metaritz humored him, so to speak. He responded to him, even though wasn't the question. And the Rambam assumes that there's no such a question. Okay. So the same issue. It's a shtickle deichik and pshat. Other answers, but due to time constraints, it's Erev Shabbos in the afternoon. Usually I do it early in the morning. That's how I have more time. So, and it's the second time around. I want to suggest that the Rambam has a whole different take on this Gemara. Based on, let's read the Rambam, Hilchos Deus. Perik Beis Halacha Gimel, the Rambam writes, V'chein ha'kas miderohi. Kas midero ad l'ma'oid. V'roi lo'odom she'yisrachik memena ad ha'ktzei, gotta go as far away as possible. V'yalamid atzmi sh'lo yichis. Afilu al davar she'ra'ui lichis. You should try to avoid getting angry. Even this is not the Rambam describes. When you want to show anger to your family, to teach them. But he has to be Vidai to be Shabbos when they live in Natsma. It looks like he's angry. So again, arichas. Then he writes a line. Amru chachamim harishonim kol hakoyes ki lo eved aved. One who is angry is evil like the Maratz Chayes. A lot of Achrein. Vu ido amokef adis kol hakoyes ki lo eved aved. There's no Gemara like that. We read a Gemara, Hashevet Keli v'chamas. You had a Gemara, B'Shabbe Keli, Akaireya Begodov, Amafazame. Where did you see Kol HaKoyes Ki Lo Eved Aved? And the Matzchai says, I haven't seen anybody else ask it. That's not true necessarily, but he didn't see. He didn't have access to the encyclopedias that we have. And based on what the Svarim he had, he didn't find. But there is a Svarim that is, I saw a number of Svarim. Now, say for Avedis HaMelech, asked the same kasha. And he brings the Yerushalmi in Adorim that says, and there it's talking about that he made a neder b'shas kas. And he wants to bring this as a mocha to the Rambam, which again would fit because the Rambam very often takes the side of Yerushalmi over Babel. And there's a Zohar, which we will discuss momentarily. The Alter Rebbe Simen Kuf Nun Vav Siv Gimel brings this same Lashon Rambam. Amru chachamim kol hakoyes ki lo eved aved chachamim oved kechavim umazolos. If he served chachamim mazolos, and then he writes a line: "V'nishmosoi mistalekes mimenu," and his neshama leaves him. Shenema toireif nafshei ba'ap. And he mentioned, and in the tziyunim there, they mentioned the Zohar Parashat Tzaveh. You can look it up. I'll translate it to you without reading the Zohar. The Zohar basically says as follows. Today there Zohar is translated in Lashon Kodesh, so we can figure out what it means. If that person is not watch himself, and he takes this Kedusha Elyoina away from him, because he comes to Dekas, which means he, like the Alter Rebbe says, he takes away his neshama, and instead he puts there Sitra Acher. That is a person who is rebelling against the Eibishter. He's rebelling against the Eibishter, and he says, and he delves into a non-holy spirit. That's the Keil Zor. And he brings the lashon of the Alter Rebbe Terev Nafshay Ba'apai, and then he brings that he takes away the neshama, puts in klipas and chah. That's Avodah Zarah. So the Alter Rebbe was referring to this, and this is the Avodah Zarah. The debate whether the Rambam had access to Zohar and New Kabbalah, I don't know. This could be a indication. In the Geras HaKodesh and Tanya Perikov, the Alter Rebbe says a different reason. Also, there's the Lashon Kol HaKoyes Ki Lo Eved Aved. There he says the reason because you're lacking emunah, because you don't realize that it couldn't have happened without the Eibishter letting it happen. And since you're getting angry, that means you're thinking it happened by itself. What are we angry at? You're angry at the Eibush, you're not angry at the Eibush. I mean, he goes into more detail, but there he says another reason. The question is, why did Alter Rebbe Sayin Tanya give reasons that don't say in the Gemara? The Gemara has a reason. What's like this? I think this is the word. The Rambam is so clear that he learns that the Yerushalmi and the Bavli are two different sugis. The Bavli holds there is zero wrong with kas on its out of zero, but kas on its own is not a problem. That's not it. It's a human emotion. Good. It's a wrong. You got to work on you. You got to work on midas. You know, I've learned sifrei musa, sifrei chassidus. Work on yourself. It's not a mile. It's a son. But Bavli, and it's a mida meguna maybe. Mida meguna is a schlechte zach, but the Avodah Zarah chelik is only the Al Shem Sefer, like by Maser Meir, Al Shem Sefer you live because what can come out of it. The end result is going to be that Yechas Shalom going to come to this level. You should see the future that he's Avodah Zarah. What makes Vukumtis? Where does the wrong action happen here? Not the midah of kas. The acting upon the midah, tearing something, breaking something, throwing something. Now you're getting into you're falling under the spell of the Yitzhara, and you're going to go on a trajectory that's going to lead you to Eivid Avodah Zarah. The Lashon of the Gemara, he'll tell you and you'll do it. So we see you being Avodah Zarah. This is a kilkul she'ein kamayu. Your act is a kilkul. The Rambam holds the problem is the koyis. I'm getting angry. You have no right to be angry. I mean, koyis, not only have a right, you're even Avodah Zarah when you're angry. That's the Yerushalmi. The Yerushalmi doesn't hold that you're causing Avodah Zarah. You are right now with the angry feeling Avodah Zarah, either because of the Alter Rebbe's reason or which of the Alter Rebbe's reasons you want. The Rambam, whatever, may be holding either of those two reasons, but it's the essence of the anger that's Avodah Zarah. They must say that Kirei is not the gay. The Kirei is a tikkun. It calms your anger. It takes away your Avodah Zarah. It gives you back your neshama. It gives you back everything. It gives you back your neshama. Okay, it's not a mila. Again, that's why he says kim isakin. It's not. Don't do it. But in a certain sense, it might even be the right approach to do that. They stay away from the anger, so you don't do you don't have the Avodah Zarah of anger. So it's two different views of the Balvili and Shalmi, and the Rambam takes the side of Yerushalmi, and that is the side of the Zayar, and that is the side of Alter Rebbe. Which of the two reasons Alter Rebbe goes with? Again, the Rambam obviously holds that Karei. I don't think he holds Karei is a good thing, but in Indian it's a tikkun. Takes away the Avodah Zarah. You're not angry. And that's why he goes into that whole arichas, because calms you, it takes away. That's the, again, it's a tikkun. Of course it's a tikkun. Bavli holds that's the problem. That's where the problem begins, and that's where the problem leads to. That's a kilkel. So, according to first of all, Sai Bavli get verempfet, Sai Yishalmi get verempfet. So the question that the Achreinim asks, how can you call it a tikkun or Melech Shabbos? There's also no. Even according to Bavli, it's not a problem because Bavli, the tearing is not the issue. The issue is what we see is happening to you. The kilkul is that you're doing something that down the road you're going to be able to desire. It's not because you're doing something wrong now. And according to the Rambam, there's nothing wrong with what you're doing. Right in the and also, how do you compare? It's not Samamovis. That's a mice, not Samamovis, so it's not a Shaila. So either one, it's not a problem. It's either way we're learning Shatnadi and Babali, it's either we're learning Tatni and Shami. And that's why the Gemara is Mayrich, because the Gemara wants to show you it's not just your act, it's what you're doing, what's going to come of it. You're like doing something that is going to be Mekalkul you, and that's considered a kill. It's going to bring you down a road that says avodah zarah, mamish avodah zarah, ve'oimelei avodah, ve'oimelei lech avodah, ve'oived ve'oived. So there's two approaches to kas. There is the Rambam, the Alter Rebbe, the Yishalmi, and the Zohar, where kas be'etzem is avodah zarah. And then but the tearing is verkehrt, ulai amayla. Takes away the kas. There's the Bavli that kas be'etzem is not avodah zarah. Not even tearing is avodah zarah. It's a trajectory that tearing and breaking, doing actions out of kas, leads to avodah zarah. Akaponim, a good Erev Shabbos, from Tu B'Ov, Shabbos Nachmu, Shabbos Gabol Sater from Eschanon, is Meile alle zusammen, Shvizechet, Nachmu Ami, Shvizechet, the coming Mashiach, Tzidkenu B'Kar Mamish, sei gesund und stark.